Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chill English channel. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake. Today, we're talking about a really useful topic, how to talk about your health in English.
Yeah, this is something everyone needs. Whether you're feeling great or a bit under the weather, it's important to know how to describe how you feel.
Absolutely. And by under the weather, we mean feeling a little sick, not completely ill, just not at your best.
That's a great expression. You might say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. It's softer than saying, I'm sick.
Right. And sometimes you don't even need to say sick. You can just say, I don't feel well, or I'm not feeling so good. Both sound natural.
Exactly. Here's another one. I think I'm coming down with something. That means you feel like you're starting to get sick. Maybe you're getting a cold or the flu.
Yeah, you can use that if your throat hurts a bit, or you feel tired, or maybe you're sneezing a lot. Like, I think I'm coming down with a cold.
Let's also talk about how to describe symptoms. If your head hurts, you say, I have a headache. If your throat hurts, you say, I have a sore throat.
And if your stomach hurts, you can say, I have a stomachache. Notice that ache means pain, so we can use it in words like toothache or backache.
That's right. But you can't say leg ache or arm ache. Instead, you'd say, my leg hurts or my arm is sore. English can be funny like that.
Totally. Here's another example. If you have a fever, you can say, I've got a fever, or I'm running a fever. That means your body temperature is higher than normal.
And if you have a cold, you can say things like, my nose is stuffy, or I have a runny nose. Both describe what happens when your nose is blocked or dripping.
Ooh, not fun. But yeah, these are common things people say when they don't feel well. Another one is, I'm exhausted, or I feel weak.
Right. Exhausted means very tired. It's stronger than tired. For example, I'm so exhausted, I could fall asleep right now.
That's me after a long day of work. And if you want to sound polite when talking about being sick, you can say, I'm not feeling my best.
Oh, yes, that's a nice, gentle way to say it, especially in a work situation. Like, I'm not feeling my best today, so I might leave early.
Great example. Now, what about when you want to ask someone about their health?
Good question. You can say, how are you feeling? Or, are you okay? These are friendly and caring ways to check on someone.
And if it's someone close to you, you might say, how have you been feeling lately? That means you care about their health over time, not just today.
Exactly. You can also ask, are you feeling any better? That's a great phrase to use when someone has been sick.
Yeah. For example, hey, Sophia, you were sick last week. Are you feeling any better now?
Yeah, thanks, Jake. I'm much better now. That's a natural little conversation you can have with anyone.
And if someone asks you that question, but you're still sick, you could say, not really, or a little bit, but I still have a cough.
Perfect. And don't forget those polite little replies like, thanks for asking, or I appreciate that. They make your English sound warm and natural.
True. Talking about health isn't just about vocabulary, it's also about tone and kindness. You want to sound caring.
Yes, especially in English-speaking countries, people often show empathy when someone's unwell. You'll hear things like, take care, or get well soon.
Both are really common. If someone says, I'm not feeling great, you can reply, oh no, I hope you feel better soon.
Exactly. Short, caring responses go a long way. All right, we've covered some basics, how to describe feeling sick, common symptoms, and polite ways to ask about someone's health.
Nice. Next, we can talk about visiting the doctor, how to describe symptoms, ask questions, and understand what the doctor says.
So, let's continue where we left off. Now that we know how to describe how we feel, let's imagine we're visiting a doctor.
Right. Going to the doctor can be stressful, even for native speakers. But if you know what to say in English, it's much easier.
Exactly. The first thing you usually do is check in at the front desk. The receptionist might ask, "Do you have an appointment?" Or, "What's your name, please?"
And you can reply, "Yes, I have an appointment at 3 o'clock," or "I'd like to see the doctor, please." Simple, polite, and clear.
Once you go in, the doctor might start with, "What seems to be the problem?" That's just another way to ask, "What's wrong?" or "Why are you here today?"
A natural answer would be something like, "I've been having a headache," or "I've had stomach pain since yesterday." Notice that we use have been or have had to talk about something continuing over time.
Good point. You could also say, "I've been feeling dizzy," or "I've been coughing a lot." These are very natural ways to describe symptoms.
If you don't know the exact word, you can still describe it. For example, "It hurts here," while pointing, or "It feels like pressure in my chest."
Right. The goal is communication, not perfection. The doctor just needs to understand what you're feeling.
Sometimes the doctor might ask follow-up questions like, "How long have you had this pain?" or "Have you taken any medicine?"
You can answer with short, clear phrases like, "For 2 days," or "Yes, I took some painkillers." Painkillers means medicine that helps reduce pain.
Exactly. And when you describe how bad something feels, you can use words like mild, moderate, or severe.
Yeah, so the doctor might ask, "On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain?" And you can answer, "Maybe a 6. It's not too bad, but it's uncomfortable."
That's a really common question. And if you don't understand something, you can always say, "Could you please repeat that?" Or, "What does that mean?"
Those are polite and very useful phrases. You can also say, "Can you explain that again, please?" It's okay to ask. Doctors are used to it.
Definitely. Now, when the doctor gives instructions like, "Take this medicine twice a day," or "Get some rest," it's good to repeat them to make sure you understood.
For example, "So I should take one pill in the morning and one at night?" That shows you're paying attention and double checking.
Good practice. And when the doctor finishes, they might say, "If it doesn't get better, come back next week," or "Call us if you feel worse."
And you can say, "Okay, thank you, I'll do that." Or even just, "Thanks for your help, doctor." Simple and polite is always best.
Another helpful tip, if you want to sound natural, use short, polite responses like, "Sure," "All right," or "I understand." They make the conversation smoother.
Right. Now, sometimes the doctor gives you a prescription. That's the paper or digital note telling you what medicine to buy.
When you go to the pharmacy, you can say, "Hi, I'd like to pick up my prescription," or "I need to buy this medicine, please."
The pharmacist might ask, "Do you have any allergies?" That means, "Do you react badly to any medicine or food?" You can answer, "No, I don't," or "Yes, I'm allergic to penicillin."
That's a great one. And if you don't understand the instructions, always ask. You can say, "How should I take this?" Or, "Do I take it before or after meals?"
Those are really important questions. Taking medicine correctly is part of staying healthy, and speaking clearly helps you stay safe.
Absolutely. Another common phrase is "get plenty of rest." That means sleep enough and take it easy.
Yeah, doctors love to say that. Or drink lots of fluids, which means drink plenty of water or juice to stay hydrated.
So, when you visit a doctor, remember 3 things. Explain your symptoms, ask questions if you don't understand, and follow the instructions carefully.
That's right. And don't worry if your English isn't perfect. The most important thing is to communicate clearly and politely.
Great advice. Next, we'll talk about how to discuss your health in everyday conversations, not at the doctor's office, but with friends, coworkers, or family.
So, now let's talk about how to speak about health in everyday life, not just at the doctor's office, but in normal conversations.
Yeah, people talk about how they feel all the time. You might hear someone say, "I'm feeling tired today," or "I think I'm coming down with a cold."
Coming down with a cold means you feel like you're starting to get sick. It's a natural and very common phrase.
Exactly. You can also say, "I'm not feeling well," or "I'm a bit under the weather." That's another way to say you're sick, but not too serious.
Right. It's polite and gentle. Instead of saying, I'm sick, which sounds strong, I'm under the weather sounds softer.
And when someone tells you they're not feeling well, you can respond with kindness. You can say, "I'm sorry to hear that," or "I hope you feel better soon."
Those small phrases show you care. You can also say, take care of yourself, or get some rest. They sound friendly and natural.
And if you want to ask someone about their health, there are polite ways to do that too. For example, "How are you feeling?" or "Are you feeling any better?"
That's right. We usually don't ask, what's wrong with you? It can sound rude. How are you feeling is a much better option.
Exactly. And if you're catching up with someone after they've been sick, you can say, "It's good to see you again. You look much better now."
Or, I'm glad you're feeling better. Simple, kind, and natural English.
Now, health isn't always about sickness. We also talk about staying healthy. Things like food, exercise, and sleep.
Yeah, you can say, I'm trying to eat healthier, or I go to the gym 3 times a week. Those are great ways to talk about your habits.
You can also talk about goals. "I'm trying to drink more water," or "I want to get more sleep."
Right. And when someone shares their healthy habits, you can respond with encouragement, like, that's great, or good for you.
It's positive and keeps the conversation friendly. If someone says, "I'm so tired lately," you can say, "Maybe you need to rest more," or "Don't work too hard."
That's polite advice. You're showing care, not judgment. Another nice expression is, you should take it easy. That means relax and don't stress too much.
Good one. And if someone tells you they're feeling better, you can say, "I'm glad to hear that," or "That's wonderful." It's simple but warm.
Yes, you don't need long sentences. Short, kind phrases are perfect for real-life conversations.
And of course, when someone sneezes, what do we say?
Bless you or Gesundheit. It's a small gesture, but it shows good manners in English.
Exactly. These small social habits make your English sound friendly and natural.
So, when you talk about health, think of 3 areas: how you feel, what you do to stay healthy, and how you respond to others.
Right. You can say things like, "I'm feeling good today," or "I've been eating more fruits and vegetables."
Or, I've been sleeping better lately. And when someone talks about their health, listen and respond kindly. That's how real conversations work.
You know, Sophia, I think one of the best ways to stay positive and healthy is also to talk to people, like we're doing right now.
Totally. Conversation and connection are part of mental health too. English isn't just words, it's how we connect and care.
That's a perfect way to end today's episode. Talking about your health in English is about confidence, kindness, and real-life communication.
Absolutely. If you learned something new today, make sure to practice these phrases in real conversations. And remember, speak with confidence, even if it's simple English.
You got this. Thanks for joining us today on the Chill English channel.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode with your friends who are learning English.
And tell us in the comments, what's one healthy habit you want to keep this week?
Great question, Jake. Let's see what our listeners say. Until next time, stay healthy and keep learning.
See you in the next episode.